Bravo! You've completed one entire week of the My Richter Scale July 4th challenge. By this point, your teeth should look whiter, your skin should be better, you should be more hydrated. You will have gotten through that initial hump. You should be feeling better, and we're gonna be gliding pretty soon. The less cheats we have, the better. I wanna explain a few concepts today, such as traveling versus dieting. What happens when you book a weekend? What happens when you come back? How do you make sure that you're safe? How do we make sure that we're not giving up all the hard work that we're doing in the gym and spending away our progress? So it's week 2, you will have to find your appropriate link correlating to your specific meal program on the Facebook event page. Same thing as week 1, everything is there for you. If you have an issue with your meal plan this week and the other one was easier for you, you're more than welcome to interchange those 2 meal plans based on the easiness of your schedule. So go find the links, let's get on with the video. The first thing is, how is your checklist going? I have it on my kitchen counter. I've been on this for 7 days now. I have not missed a day in the gym. I've drank my water every day. I've taken care of my skin. I've taken care of my teeth. And although we see ourselves every single day, it's difficult to notice the change. Believe me, I know this. I'm my own greatest critic, just like you probably are. But we have this resource, we have this compliance tool to ensure that we are the best version of ourselves because we put in the work. And that's what this nutrition thing is. It's about doing the work. It's much like a career. You put in the work to be successful. If the guy drives a Mercedes or she drives the Range Rover, it's probably because they put in the work. It's the same thing with having a great body. So let's keep working at it, but follow the principles and revert to the week 1 video because I made this your foundation information thing. Because I made this week 1 video something you can always go back to and pull the most important information to have you successful for the rest of your life. I promised you lifelong knowledge. This wasn't just fluff, I mean it. These are principles you can keep with you for the rest of your life. So please always revert back to that video. Watch it 2 or 3 times, you'll be even more successful. I wanna talk about how to eat at a restaurant. Last night, for example, I have my Monday night bowling league. There's nothing healthy on that menu, but they do have salads. They have a Southwest chicken salad with tortilla strips, some cheese, and blah, blah, blah. So what you do when you order lettuce and chicken, veggies are optional. I literally say to the waitress, please, I just want vegetables and chicken. Omit the cheese, because that's inflammatory, we don't want that. Or omit the tortilla strips, because those don't provide us anything nutritionally. And the dressings, whenever you order at a restaurant, put the dressing on the side. A little trick that I learned a couple years ago is to dip my fork into the salad dressing, and then I go into the salad. You get the same exact mental satisfaction from dipping your fork in the dressing because you get all the flavor, but not all the calories. This is a great dieting trick. Whenever you eat out, make sure we're making the smartest decision. Eat purposefully. There is no purpose of eating a quesadilla. It gives you nothing. If you're going to have it cheat from now on, well past this challenge, I want you to have something like a nice veal scallopini with a nice sauce. At least you get some good protein. But don't go out and eat some burgers or taquitos or whatever. Doesn't make sense. Whenever you're at a restaurant, your standard protein portion is gonna be 4 ounces for lunch and 8 ounces for dinner. If you feel like you need some more protein, then get used to ordering a salad with extra chicken. Whenever I order at Subway, for example, a Subway sandwich shop, and I'm traveling, make sure you always get the extra turkey. I always ask that they scoop out my bread as well. So that's another little dieting trick. Those are the dieting tricks. Next, I want to talk about meal prep. I have likened it to doing laundry. It's like doing a chore. Make sure we're putting everything into baking dishes. We're controlling the temperatures. We're putting it in the oven. We're letting it do the work. We're writing emails. We're continuing our lives. But we're prepping in advance. This is how we event. This is how we avert disaster. I have a rice cooker at home. This is such a useful tool. I'll wake up in the morning, I'll put in 2 cups of rice and have it finished for me when I'm done. Put the rice cooker in. Laundry example. Click a button and you have rice. This is perfect for your post-workout meal. While I'm on the topic, I want to talk about your post-workout meal. We've talked about repairing ourselves and fueling ourselves after our workout, after we've broken down that muscle tissue and worked hard. A very important principle to follow from here on out is for your post-workout meal, you do not want to have any fat. Fat slows down the rate of absorption, it slows down the digestive process. So we want to avoid fat post-workout to make sure all the carbs that we're feeding ourselves are getting driven back into the muscle cells very effectively and quickly. We want to omit that insulin response. Next thing I want to do is talk about insulin response. I've mentioned when we have insulin in the bloodstream, we physically cannot burn fat. I'm gonna toss you over to the gym right now and explain to you some more about that concept and others.
Do cardio that's fun. We're out here boxing, we plank, we jump rope. I don't really think about doing cardio. I'm actually excited to do my cardio after I work out. Find something that's fun for you. If it's cycling, it could even be skateboarding, it doesn't matter, but you shouldn't be sitting on the stationary bike because you think that that's what you have to do. There are better ways. Do something that's fun, make it enjoyable. Get excited to go to the gym. It makes the whole process and the whole journey a lot easier.
Working out could be fun. It doesn't have to be painful. Huh? So working out could be fun. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I would say to anybody, just go get a jump rope. It's an easy way to stay in shape on vacation too. Try to do a plank every time you're at the gym. I didn't do core for 6 years or so. Whenever I bent over to get groceries, it would hurt me. And now I plank almost every day. I work on my core. There's much more muscles in your core than there are just your abs, so focus on the internal side. Focus on bettering your engine. If you have a Ferrari, what does it help if you have the engine of like a burnt out Toyota? So do your core exercises, do a plank every single day. It's an easy way to improve your well-being internally. And that's the workout. These are branched chain amino acids. When your heart rate gets above like 135 beats per minute, that's some high intensity exercise. You will certainly spare a little bit of muscle. You'll lose a little bit of muscle because your body is trying to fuel your workout through energy. So to prevent some muscle breakdown, take some branched chain amino acids with you to the gym. In terms of supplements, the only thing I would recommend is protein powder is the most important supplement by far. Glutamine, it's the most abundant amino acid in the body. Helps you repair yourself and makes you less sore the next day. Well, that's your starter kit. BCAAs, glutamine, protein powder. You don't need to invest that much more. If you want one extra little boost, a natural boost, you can get some L-carnitine pre-workout. While we're on the topic of pre-workout, don't have any sugars or carbs before your workout. When we have a sugar, we have an insulin response. Our pancreas sends out insulin into the bloodstream to transport the sugars that we just ingested. When you have insulin in the bloodstream, you physically cannot burn fat.
Anything that gives you an insulin spike, anything that contains sugars or calories from sugars will create an insulin response. So even if you have a small dose of natural sugar from a grapefruit here, and it's 17 calories blended with this sparkling water, you're still gonna emit a insulin response. So try to create as little insulin spikes as you can throughout the day. Stick to your main meals, don't snack. That's the reason we don't wanna snack. Okay, so this also pertains to artificial sweeteners. The pancreas cannot distinguish between sugar and sweetener. Even if we have something with a stevia or a sucralose, your common Splenda, your pancreas will send out that insulin. So we want to reduce the amount of stuff, even if it's those Mio drops that you put in your water to flavor your water. If you're drinking that throughout the day, we are preventing the ultimate goal. My goal is to get you into a fat-burning state throughout the entire day. We want to reduce the amount of insulin spikes that we have throughout the day so that you are that fat-burning machine that we're trying to turn you into. Don't create small insulin spikes throughout the day. It's counterproductive.
So if you're having a cup of rice pre-workout, your workout is less purposeful. Learn to utilize fats. I wake up, I have a tablespoon of almond butter. I'm not gonna break any strength records today, but I'm gonna burn a bunch of fat and I'm gonna feel good about the way my physique shapes out because of it. I'd rather look better than be stronger. Being strong doesn't really impress anybody. When you're on the beach, it doesn't matter how much you can lift. It matters how much you look like you can lift. So make everything purposeful. Do everything for the right reasons. Find really good training partners. Keep a couple of friends in your cell phone that you can call at all times. I have 4 or 5 guys that I rotate. Training partners make you accountable. They help you show up. It's Sunday morning. I didn't really want to wake up and do anything today, but I showed up because I made the commitment to be here. So my training partner got me to the gym. Training partners get you to the gym. Find somebody to join you in the process. Next thing's a basic principle. The more you exercise, the quicker your results are gonna come. Get in the gym, get motivated, think about the angle, think about July 4th, think about how you wanna look, think about all the things you have to do in order to look that way that you wanna look. The more you exercise, the better.
So on the topic of exercise, I want to add one final note. The more you exercise, the more you do the right thing, the more you can cheat. It's a luxury that we have as high intensity exercisers that we're allowed to divert a little bit more from our meal program. I went to Korean barbecue 2 nights ago. I wouldn't recommend that for you starting out a meal program, but I had protein and I had vegetables. I made a smart decision when I was out, and I also put in the work, so I have that mental satisfaction knowing that I'm still moving in the right direction. Exercise more to achieve your goals. Next topic, traveling versus dieting. I've taken it to extremes. I have been getting ready for a bodybuilding competition in Vegas at 4 a.m. trying to exercise and find out what I'm gonna do. You need to plan in advance every time you go away from a weekend. Make sure you're getting a hotel room with a kitchenette. If you're going out of town, if you're going to Portland or whatever, go to the supermarket first thing. Stack up your inventory. Make sure that we have a backup plan so that we're not stranded, especially in Vegas. While I'm on that topic, if you're going away to a place like that where there are no healthy options or it's very difficult, make sure we have something to bring with us. Again, we don't want to throw away all the work that we're doing while we're on the job. If you're on vacation, have a good vacation, have a cheat, but remember the overall picture. We don't want to negate all the work that we've done. Also, when you're on vacation, make sure you're bringing the right supplies. Make sure you're bringing your workout straps or your shoes or your sneakers. There should not be an excuse why you cannot work out while you're on vacation. That's why I've recommended we all get a jump rope. It's very, very simple to go outside and jump some rope. Get your heart beat up and burn some quick fat on vacation. You also feel like you're doing the right thing. There's also no reason why you can't do a plank or you can't do some sort of crunches. Make it a part of your everyday to take care of yourself. It's all about self-care. And this is why I want to revert back to the checklist. This is all about making yourself look like the best version of yourself. It's not just about the nutrition. It's about taking care of yourself and making the right decisions day by day and consistently putting together these streaks and making sure that we're the best version of ourselves by the end of our target date. Nothing tastes as good as looking good feels. So next time you see that cheeseburger and somebody's eating it next to you at the next table, and you think about that cheeseburger, know objectively that that cheeseburger is just a temporary satisfaction. But when you get to look at yourself in the mirror and say, my God, Annie, you look marvelous today. That is the best feeling ever. That's better than any drug, that's better than any high, is just loving yourself. And that's what I really want you to do by the end of the program, is learn to love yourself by using these tools. Now I'd like to take you to the kitchen and show you how to turn boring items into something pretty tasty and great. I always want to emphasize simplicity. Just grab whatever you have. These things that give you protein. Dash of cayenne, some curry powder, paprika, some hazelnut oil. Only do a tablespoon. Every single tablespoon is about 114 calories, so it can get out of control pretty quick. A little bit of white wine vinegar, dash of apple cider vinegar, salt, extra dash of lemon. This is protein and veggies. This is just a meal, you get it in, and be done with it. It's tuna in this case. There's no reason why you can't toss chicken in there instead, or turkey or ham, and make a bowl like this. That's 4 examples of 4-ounce protein portions with veggies. Switch up your spices, switch up your condiments, stick to condiments that don't add too many miscellaneous calories, and I'm just eating really purposefully. It's just a can of tuna with some vegetables, and I took a little bit of time to make it look and taste a little bit nicer. But the main point is, this is not that big of a deal. Don't make food such a big deal. Not every meal needs to be a big production. Just eat one meal and then eat another in 3 hours, and then eat another in 3 hours. And every single time that you make a meal or eat a meal, just make sure you're making good decisions for a long period of time. That's ultimately the whole secret to this thing. And don't worry, you can still make what seems to be like a boring item taste great. There it is, week 2 video. My name is Gino Richter. Thank you so much again for listening. Thanks for being part of this. Let's make sure we continue to be successful. Stay interactive with me. I'm always there for you. Until the next video.